Well, the cast of Fast and Furious, that franchise, pays an emotional tribute to their beloved co-star Paul Walker in the new movie Furious 7, which hits theaters today.
And here now to give us his review of this film is the founder of NerdTears.com and a Fox News contributor, Mr. Kevin McCarthy. Good morning.
I love you guys so much. Good morning, Heather and Ainsley. It's great to be on with you this morning. Honored to be here to geek out about this movie. I've been a fan of this franchise since I was in high school. I remember I was working in a movie theater, and I would go see it after work almost after every one of my shifts. And you know, these movies have grown over the years. The franchise has made over $2 billion at the worldwide box office. Now we're on the 7th movie. And for people who don't know, the first 6, the chronological order of those storytelling wise is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 3, 7. What that means is this new one takes place after the 3rd Fast and Furious. I know it's a little confusing, but basically the idea is that Jason Statham's character is the villain in this movie, and he's trying to get vengeance for what they did to his brother in Furious and Fast and Furious 6. But this movie is insane. The action's absolutely incredible. It's over the top. It's essentially winking at the audience. Everything about the action's great. There's also a great emotional core to the film. You care for the characters if you've loved the first 6. Now, obviously, there's an insane action scene in the film where the cars are skydiving out of a plane, and I was crying nerd tears like crazy. And they actually did this in the sense of they had stunt guys throwing cars out of airplanes, and the actors went on a set with a blue screen and flipped in a car to make it look like they were actually skydiving. So the James Wan did a really good job with the practical effects. Now, we all know about Paul Walker. He tragically passed away in 2013. And what they did was they brought his 2 brothers in, Cody and Caleb, who look just like Paul Walker, and they helped him finish the rest of the movie because Walker only shot about 85% of the movie, which is still a good amount. Now, I sat down with Vin Diesel to talk about what he hopes the fans will take away from Paul Walker's film. Check it out.
For the last year, I've cried more than I've ever cried in my life. I didn't know that tears could be that readily accessible, and I've been an actor my whole life. I hope that when people walk out of this film, they remember how special this person is, what kind of angel he was, and that they can feel good about the fact that we were lucky to have him on this earth.
Now, I will say this is the best one in the franchise. I love the movie so much. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. It's a beautiful tribute to Paul Walker. Every single person in the theater was crying at the end of the movie because it's such an emotional tribute to what they did for Paul Walker. They referenced earlier movies of his. It's a beautiful tribute. If you love the franchise, this is the best one. I would go 7 and then 5 in regards to the order of the movies. But check it out. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5, and bring some tissues for sure. It's an amazing, amazing tribute to Paul Walker.
Can you follow it if you didn't see all of the others?
You can. I mean, it's an action movie. It's kind of like a 4.5 on this movie is kind of like it's a ridiculous, over-the-top action movie. It's not like an Oscar film, so you have fun with it. I mean, it's good to have the first 6 in the back of your mind for the character development. But if you sat in the theater, you want to see a tribute to Paul Walker, it's definitely worth seeing. Right. And see it in IMAX. The IMAX scene, the IMAX is awesome.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kevin. I also love The Rock.
Have a wonderful day. Oh, The Rock's awesome. He has the best one-liners ever. Bye, guys.